Hi, this is to everybody that lives in Britain. I just wanted to ask you, did you know that between 1940 and 1979, large parts of Britain were turned into a giant laboratory because the government decided to spray us with dangerous chemicals, and also microorganisms were used, and they were sprayed over massive parts of Britain and very highly populated parts of Britain. There were secret trials that were carried out, and the government was forced to release documents that documented all of this, and apparently there was over 100 covert experiments were conducted over Britain, and microorganisms, chemicals were used. Does it sound familiar? I think this is going on now, and if you look in your skies every day, you're seeing lots of chemtrails, lots of trails left by airplanes, which didn't used to happen. Like, you know, a contrail from the plane is just it's just vapour, and it evaporates quickly. It's condensation. It's like when you put your kettle on and steam comes out. If you were to take that out on a winter's day, that wouldn't just form a cloud in the air. And same as when you breathe, and same as when you get fumes coming out of your car on a cold day as well. It doesn't just stay there and form cloud. This is what's going on now. There's special planes, and I think it's a big military operation going on, because the planes that I've filmed, you can check my films out, they're white unmarked planes, and they're just in our skies, in our airspace. Government know nothing about it. They're denying everything, obviously. But I think this is a really good piece that everybody needs to know about. It was written in The Guardian, April 2002. This was written by Anthony Barnett. Sorry, it's The Observer, which is a UK paper, and it's just telling you all about it and this biological test that was being done over the country. And I find it disgusting. The public weren't told about it. We had no idea what was going on, and it's just years later the documentation is released, and it's only because an MP forced the issue that they had to release these papers. They're saying it ended in 1979, and I think it started again. They're testing something over us, and for those of you who don't think this is real, I'm really sorry, but they're trying to make it part of the mindset. It's being added into videos, they're adding them into films. You know, they're trying to make your mind think they've always been around, but they haven't. Because if you sit back and think about it, when you used to go outside and the skies were blue, planes would go past and they wouldn't then make the sky white. That didn't used to happen. If you really think about it, if you're old enough to remember, then if you think about it, then that is the case, because skies used to be blue. There were fluffy clouds around, yeah, because it's Britain, it's always cloudy, but there's never this white foggy mess left by airplanes. That's never actually happened, not in my lifetime anyway. So what's happening now, you know, this is this story just basically, for me, it validates everything that's going on, and it's a highly covert operation, and they don't want people to find out about it. They belittle people like you and me who believe that it's true and have seen them. I've seen them with my own eyes, and I wrote to my my local MP about it, and I didn't expect to get anything back from him, but I actually did. I did receive a letter. I actually got a letter back from the MP. Here it is. I don't know if you can see that. It says House of Commons. Can you see that? And it's from the House of Commons. It's a letter I received. I'll read it to you. And it's from my local MP, and his name is James Clapperson. I won't show you his signature. His name there. James Clapperson. And I wrote to him about my concerns about I called it environmental pollution, and I said the aerial spraying. I didn't actually tag it with the word chemtrails, because it kind of, you know, it's conspiracy and it just puts people off straight away. But if you call it environmental pollution, and if you call it aerial spraying, you know, it seems to have got someone's attention, because I did receive a letter back. So this is dated the 15th of September, and he's just saying, thank you for your letter of the 25th of August regarding your concerns about chemtrails. I fully appreciate the concerns that you raise, and I will write to the Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs, asking them to look into this matter expeditiously. I'll be in touch as soon as I have anything to report. Thank you for taking the time to contact me. Now this is a letter from the House of Commons. Yeah, you see that? All I'm going to say is that I received a letter, my MP telling me he can see why I'm concerned about it. To me, just validates the fact that yes, it is happening, and they are spraying us with something. Because otherwise, the MP would have just said to me, well, you know, or I wouldn't have got a reply. I didn't actually expect to get a reply, so I was quite shocked that I did. I'm grateful that I did, and I will be following it up with him. I have emailed him since, and I sent him my Chemtrail Massacre, the movie that I made, but I didn't get a response to that. I think maybe he's looked into it and he knows that he can't go any further with it, so he's just going to probably leave it now. But we all need to be fighting this, and we need to know what's going on. And if you've got a local MP, if you know that find out the name of your local MP and put pen to paper and write to him. If lots of us write to our local MPs and they start to know that the people are aware of it, you know, locally in local government, and you know, maybe something can happen. We can work together with this. So if you live in the UK and you see chemtrails and you're aware of chemtrails, make people around you aware. Don't be embarrassed. Don't think that you're going to look crazy, because it's actually happening. Okay, when I'm out in the street, I'm recording it, and people are looking up, and I'm making a lot of people aware in my neighbourhood. So try to do it yourself. Let's get this moving, and let's actually do something about it. You know, revolution is all good, and it's all good being on the streets and making noise, but the thing is, if you make noise quietly, if everybody made noise quietly within their own homes and over the internet and letters, and we all did our own thing with emails, I think it would be a lot stronger as well, because that's a lot of people can get involved in this. So like I say, find out who your local MP is, video it when you see it happening, write to your local MP, and let's get this thing moving. Okay, if we all work together, then we're very, very powerful, and they know this. Okay, so if you're not aware of chemtrails, make yourself aware of chemtrails. Get to know and understand that they've done this to us before. They've sprayed us with chemicals, they've sprayed us with microorganisms, they've admitted to this, there's documentation to prove this. Apparently it's a 60-page report. I'm trying to get the name of it, I'm trying to find it, and when I do, I'll give you the link. But this is a very reputable paper that's written this piece, and I just find the whole thing disgusting that they would do this to the public and not make us aware. You know, I mean, if they told us, obviously we'd be up in arms and we wouldn't want them to do it. But the thing is, to do that covertly over your own people is disgusting. Don't put anything past these people, okay? Don't believe anything you hear, especially on the BBC, because it's all a load of bollocks, right? British brainwashing corporation, the BBC, they're just making fools of themselves at the moment. I mean, look what's going on right now in London, all the protests we're having, and the BBC took, I think it was about 7 hours to report that Westminster Bridge was blocked in London, a big, massive, you know, landmark next to Big Ben. We blocked it off because of the NHS and the cuts they're going to make to the NHS. People blocked it off. People, you know, it was really good. There was lots of people there. But the BBC didn't report it until about 7 hours later. I think they had stories on, they had a main story on hummus and how British people are buying a lot of hummus. And there was also, the main story was the fact that Paul McCartney had got married again. Big deal. Right, so like I said, don't believe mainstream media. Do what you have to do. Make your own research. Turn to the alternative medias that are out there, because they're going to tell you a lot more truth. Also, look for people's blogs on issues as well, and that's where you're going to find the truth. And there's a really good site called Topsy, Topsy, and you can get live feeds on there. It's really good. I find when I need to find out what's going on really, you know, with people, just go to Topsy and just Google it, and you get check it out there. You get live feeds, you get live tweets. So that's a really good site, better than the BBC. I've got a lot of things quicker from there than I have from mainstream media. So yeah, that's one to check out as well. Okay then, well, I'll let you know if I get any replies from my MP, and I'm going to keep pushing this, and I'm sure I'm a pain in the arse to them, but oh well, I'm a fighter and part of the human family. So let's all do this for the creation. Laters.